That is to say, Benjamin Netanyahu is an obnoxious, racist, Jewish supremacist. And in all of those descriptives, obnoxious, racist, Jewish supremacist, he's wholly representative of the Israeli population. Contempt for Arabs, contempt for Muslims. Actually, with all due respect to you, Mr. Dorr, and all your listeners, unless they're Jewish, he has contempt for all of you. He's a Jewish supremacist, but he also happens to be in a separate category, a racist. He's a racist. And just like Mr. Trump, the racist, loathes Muslims, so Mr. Netanyahu, he loathes black people, which is why he made it a part of his policy to expel the Arab migrants, about 30,000, who were fleeing a war situation, fleeing very serious, life-challenging situations, and came as refugees to Israel. And he loathed it because you have to remember, Mr. Netanyahu, he grew up, a large part of his life was spent in the United States. His father, Professor Netanyahu, was a professor at Cornell University. And they hated black people, the Schwarzes, as it's called. The black people, they loathed them. And so now for Mr. Netanyahu to have to face the prospect that the Schwarzes are invading Israel, so they have to go. Actually, Israel would be happy if everybody in the Middle East disappeared except them. Actually, Israelis are such racist supremacists, they would be happy if the whole world disappeared except for them. Or to use the rest of the world as slaves, because they're Ubermenschen. They're so superior. They're so much more important. And everyone believes it. Everybody falls for it. The Ubermensch, the Supermen. So, as I said, they'd be happy. Maybe, they don't want everybody to disappear because they need somebody to do the dirty work. They need Untermensch. But they would like them at least to disappear from Israel. And not like, you have to be honest about these things. And I'm not, again, trying to be rhetorical. I'm trying to be objective. Israel's a nation of murderers. Every single Israeli has been at a checkpoint, has raided a Palestinian home at night, has tortured a Palestinian child, has killed a Palestinian. It's a country of murderers that Israel systematically, methodically, calmly, its soldiers murder kids.